Assalamualaikum and a very good day to all the audience. This is Teacher Farhan and I will be presenting about sensory registration. Before we proceed to sensory registration, we must firstly understand about sensory system. There is 7 sensory system that we can see here. The first one is visual, which gives the sense of sight. Auditory, which gives the sense of hearing. Olfactory, which gives the sense of smell. Gustatory, which gives the sense of taste. Tactile, which gives the sense of touch. Vestibular, which gives the sense of balance. And the last one is proprioception, which gives the sensation from body, muscles, and joints. So, what is sensory registration? Sensory registration is the process which a person responds or attend to sensory input in their environment. So, every time you see, every time you touch, and every time you smell, there is a sensory response being registered to your brain. What is sensory registration problem? Sensory registration problem is a problem where a person fails to respond or appear to have delayed responses to sensory information. There is 2 types of sensory registration problem. The first one is hyporesponsivity and the next one is hyperresponsivity. For hyporesponsivity, the person might fail to orient the sense, and the next one is sensory registration problem / low registration, and the next one is high threshold and sensory seeking. And for hyperresponsivity, the person might over-orientate the sense. The next one is sensory defensivity / sensory sensitivity and low threshold and sensory avoiding. Let's go deeper for hyporesponsivity. For autism person, they usually have high tolerance for stimulation and derive pleasure from sensation. They also will develop sensory seeking behavior. So, what is sensation seeking behavior? Sensation seeking behavior is a craving for stimulation and an interest in sensory experience that are more intense than typical person. Examples: keep putting objects in their mouth, keep spinning themselves in a circle, constantly touching people or objects. How about hyperresponsivity? Hyperresponsivity is a problem where a person is over-responsive and overwhelmed by ordinary sensory input and reacts defensively to it. Examples: covering their ears to a loud noise, and picky eaters where they eat limited food texture, smells, and flavor. The first examples for hyperresponsivity is tactile defensiveness. Tactile defensiveness is the tendency to overreact to ordinary touch sensation. Example: sensitive to light touch, certain textures such as cloth, grass, or sand against bare skin. The second example is gravitational insecurity. Gravitational insecurity is over-responsiveness to vestibular sensations. The person may have insecurity to activities such as using escalator, stairs, elevators, or walking on uneven and unpredictable surfaces. In extra, there is 3 more hypersensitivity examples that I would like to highlight here. So the first one is sound over-responsiveness or hypersensitivity. The next one is odors, and the last one is taste. Sound over-responsiveness is a sensitivity towards sound. So the person that have this problem might cover their ears to a loud noise. Odors over responsiveness. Odors over responsiveness is sensitive to smell. So the person might avoid strongly smelled places such as toilet and dining hall. They usually eat limited food due to dislike of its smell. The last one is taste over responsiveness. Taste over responsiveness is sensitive to taste. The person usually refuses to eat strongly flavored food. They prefer to eat bland food. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.